Good afternoon, everybody, and it's a beautiful day here in Canada today, so I'm out back again, and I wanted to give an update on this one. I did an original video when I received this in its stock version, and I've done a few things to it, so I thought I'd just let everybody know what I did and give some tips, I guess. I'm sure people know a lot about these vehicles. But in any event, this is another WPL masterpiece as far as scale goes, if you ask me. And by scale, I mean looking like the original vehicle as much as you can, within reason. And then I'll usually go and unscale it somehow. So this is the WPL C74 again. And if you notice, I've changed the tires. Now I have another video where I have an MN Range Rover. And I originally had these on it because I had these as spares and I had a gray pair on here after my stock review. Well, I took the white ones on the MN because it's a bright blue. It looked a little weird. Not weird, it was just too bright and flashy for me. So I switched them out and I put the gray ones on the MN and I put this one on here. And I think they look better. If you look back at a lot of these, in Canada, these were a Suzuki Samurai, not a Jimny. But if you looked at a lot of them had these white wagon wheels on it. So I switched them out, and I actually think it looks better. These are not much bigger, if at all. They're a little wider, but not much bigger than the stock tires. What I did, though, is the wheel wells used to come down like this one here, almost to a point. So this one and this sandpaper, and I just arched these a bit. So does it take away from the body a tiny bit? Yeah, but does it give me the ability to turn? Sure does. And there's no body rubbing. There's a little bit at the front here, I've noticed. So I might take the sandpaper and just take the edge off this this front bumper a little bit here. But other than that, at the back, there's nothing. Obviously, you're not worried about steering, and it doesn't go high up. So there's that. I put the new wheels on it. Underneath, I ordered the metal kit for this. So as many of you know, when you receive the kit, you have to put it all together. So it's front and rear axles that I put on. It's the original motor. It's okay. Sorry. Okay, apologize. I had to stop again for the dog. So metal axles, put them all together. They're easy to put together. You know, I'm thinking when I do this stuff, sometimes I bring out the camera for these overviews and for some driving videos, but I don't think of doing a video of me putting some stuff together. But I have some that I'm doing for my C24-1, so I will make a quick video of that. But if you Google, I believe Edward RC has one on here. If you just Google WPL metal kit, there's a ton of videos showing you how to put these together. So maybe I won't bore you guys with it, oversaturate. So comes with leaf springs, which I previously mentioned, which are perfectly fine. I was going to switch them out for shocks, but I thought, you know what? No need. I don't want this thing too bouncy. The body is kind of heavy and high on this. So when you're driving around, it can be a little bouncy, but these leaf springs on the front, what I did was I ordered the updated leaf springs, the stronger ones. So I put those in the front. So that's why it's not as, it's kind of tough to get the front up, to be honest with you. There's not much movement there, which totally fine because of the bigger tires. It helps, it really does. On the back, and you can't really see it, but for some reason, when I changed everything out and put the metal on, the back it was up like this, and I'd push it down and it stayed down. It didn't come back up. So I'm like, what? So I had when you order WPL, something with leaf springs, they always send you an extra leaf spring or two. So what I did was, this comes with that leaf spring. The thicker leaf spring I put on, just like the front, and it still didn't help it. So I cut off a piece of another leaf spring, and I think you can kind of see it on there. Yeah, you can see it down there. So I cut another piece off a leaf spring. I laid it under these black plastic ones, and it seems to have done the job. It seems pretty level if you ask me. So again, I said I have the original motor still in there. I have just ordered 2 of the 2-speed, so I think I might swap this one out and something else. I think I'm going to do my the transporter, the 36-3, the B36-3, but I'm definitely going to put it in here. Now, the axles I got with this kit, for me, they weren't working because the male and the female parts were too short. So when they went together, they would kind of, instead of going, you know, into each other, I'm not going to do that, but into each other straight and staying there, because they weren't long and didn't cross over each other too much or go into each other, it was like this, and then it would go like this a lot. So I would drive, and you could hear a clunking sound, and this thing would eventually stop driving. And I'd have to turn it on again and keep going. So I've got some metal drive shafts that are longer ordered, and that's going to fix that problem. Along with your metal kit, you also get the front, there's only one, the steering link. So you get those 2. Now, I've had some issues with this steering on here. I don't know why. If I put this any, can you guys see it in there? If I put that any lower on the steering horn and I get a better turning radius, it jumps and hops and skips. Can't figure it out. Not sure why, but it does. It just does it. So other than that, it drives fine. It looks really cool. It has I'm going to pick up the phone now. It has a beautiful interior in there. I'm going to put a driver in that at some point. You can see some of the mud. I had it out. It's got the back seat and a little spot in the back there. You can put things if you want. I threw some stickers on it. There's the shout out to WPL, but I just threw, I don't know, for some reason I go sticker happy sometimes when I get one of these, as everybody knows, Endura sends you stickers with everything you order. So there's that. I put some lights in the front little light buckets here. It comes with the headlights, but no lights in the buckets. So I put some in. It's a tight fit, but I wired them in and we're good to go. So it looks pretty nice. These I ordered randomly off of the internet, not from WPL. They don't have these. And I threw them on. They're just hood vents. I thought they looked nice because this thing was so, I'm going to say white, but it's like an off-white, light beige. And you can see by the wheels, the color comes out a little more. So I threw those on and put some screws on. I took I don't know if you can see in there, if I can focus on that, but I took every hinge and I made little holes and I actually put screws. There you can see it a little better. I put screws in them instead of the little bumps they have. I just thought it looked good. I colored the lock. On the back, I added an antenna. So I basically took the bumper off. I drilled through there, and there's a little screw that holds that on there. So I thought the antenna looked, cool on the back of that. I think I have to, no, it's straight. I have to straighten it. Anyways, the antenna, I have these hangover toolboxes. These are actually too small. I think these are for a 1/18 scale, but I had them. I ordered them for something else, and it didn't look right. And I thought, well, you know what? I don't need the massive toolboxes on here. At least you can still see into the back seat if I put something in there. So I put those on. And I also ordered this metal rack. Now, it came with a huge row of fog lights, or that, like a light bar. I didn't want a light bar on this thing, so I cut it off, and I'm just using the rack. And the rack comes with that, not chicken wire, but it's that metal sheet you can see down there. And I just put a few things on here. Little blanket I made up, my typical gas can, fire, everything's, I think, needs a gas and is going to be on fire at some point because I put those on everything. A couple, or a WEI and BJM toolbox. This, I'm trying to remember where I got that from, and off the top of my head, I can't, it's that ARB, ARB. So that's like a bag I put up there, and then I just got a shovel on the other side. I also ordered the Res V3 package, which gives you the updated controller, which means you've got another channel here. So what you can do is you can put a winch on this, and you can use that to control your winch. The Res V3, when I first ordered this, a lot of people talked about it and said it was the way to go. It was a better ESC that comes with it. It comes with different wires, so it'll give you a thicker wire that you can put onto the motor to go into the ESC. I thought that was a bit of my problem with the motor kind of cutting out on me, but I do think it was more so the axles than anything, or not axles, the drive shafts. But you also get an updated, you get an updated steering servo with, so with this, with the Res V, with the metal package, you get all that stuff. The only thing I haven't done on this yet, I was thinking at one point to put shocks on it and put some metal links, but you know what? I kind of like the leaf springs. I think they look pretty neat. So the Res V3, it's going to give you a spot. It's going to send you a little speaker for an engine. I think you get a gas or a diesel sound with it. I didn't put it in because I didn't think this thing sounded like it would have a big rumbling engine, so I left it out. And it also has a loud turn signal sound to it. So in any event, this is it. It's a nice truck. Really happy with it. Looks really cool driving it around. Comes with, like I said, with everything you see here, all the black pieces that you put on. Hold on a sec. Sorry again about that. I usually have my dogs out here when I'm recording, and they're not usually this loud, but the birds driving one of them crazy. So here it is. It's fantastic. I think it's just cool to the era for, you know, a Jimny, or like here in Canada, it's a Suzuki Samurai. I like having these scale trucks, and with these wheels, it looks fine stock, don't get me wrong, but I just think sometimes these wheels make it look a little more authentic. I'm going to put a driver in. I just have to figure out where I can get a bunch of drivers and not drop 30 bucks on one. What else? Oh, today I put in my pre-order. So first of all, let me go back 1 second here. I was speaking to Liam at WPL about a few things, and he gave me the link, and I set myself up for an affiliate link, which means I'll put a link on here, and you can go down, click on it, and it'll take you to the WPL website, and you can find this vehicle and any other vehicle and a ton of parts and upgrades, from the engines, the gearboxes, the shafts, the axles, the little metal shaft that goes in the axle, you name it. Batteries, I think it said batteries. I've ordered some updated batteries, and the prices are really good, I have to tell you, for the parts. So go and check it out. So it's an affiliate link down below. And what I was going to say before I end is today I put in my pre-order, because now they have coming out the C74-1, which is this, but it actually has, so from here back, it's got a soft top, or what looks like a soft top, that you can take off. So your top is all open here, and the doors open, and the doors can also come off, and your windshield, your windscreen, can fold down like a Jeep. Well, just like some of the Jimnys and Samurais did back in I think this is like an 89, 90 kind of a version. And when I showed my neighbor this, she had one back then, and she was telling me how hers opened up and her doors came off. So as soon as I saw this, I'm like, I have to order it. So it's different enough from looking from this one, that if you're looking for something, because I was looking for a Jeep, and the only Jeep you can really kind of get in this kind of scale within reason is the FMS. They've got the Willys Jeep, and I didn't want an army vehicle, and I didn't want to have to go through painting it. So this thing coming with the top off and the doors coming off, and the windscreen, the windshield coming down, you got the best of both worlds, because you can put it back to look similar to this, and then you can take it apart and it somewhat looks like has that Jeep look about it, with everything being able to come off. And it was an option back in the day when these were driving around. So I got one of those coming. So as soon as I have one of those, I'm going to I'll do a review on it out of the box. I think I'm such a liar, but I think I'm gonna leave that one stock. Again, I'm such a liar, but I might leave it stock. I don't know. I'll have to see how it goes, but I might. Because these do come with some nice, like they come with the little black rims and the tires, and the tires are softer than WPL had out a few years back. They're pretty good grippy tires, to be honest with you. I had a set that came on the C74-1, and I was really impressed with those. They're really nice, and but I changed the tires on that, and I'll do a video on that. So anyways, they come with some decent tires, so I might leave it stock. We'll see what happens with it. But what you can do if you want is the affiliate link down below. If you go through that, and if you you can pre-order that as well if it interests you. So, but anyways, here's some things you can do to these things to kind of make them your own. Put your own signature on these things, and that's it. So I'd love it if you could like this video. I'd like it if you could share it. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be great. I hope you enjoy the content I'm putting out. And if you could comment, I really like when people make some comments on these with ideas, even something you don't like. You know, I've had people when I did the military vehicles say, they're not my thing, but a really cool truck kind of thing. So, you know, there's a lot of us out there doing these channels, and there have been some people for a long time, but it's nice to get some support from each other and support each other in this hobby, because it is quite an addictive hobby. I started a little over a year ago, and I think I have about 19 or 20 RCs now. And what I'm going to do too is, sorry for going on and on, but I found out going through the website today, I ordered a CXD D12 Mini. You can look those up. They're actually on the WPL website. I didn't know WPL had an affiliation. Somebody had mentioned something, but I'd never seen it before. So I have that coming. I have a little black Volkswagen Beetle. It's not licensed as a Beetle, but it is, and it's a CXD. And I think it's at the post office today. I've asked my wife to swing by while she was out shopping, and I think that's coming today. So as soon as I get the shafts for this, I'm going to take it out and do a run video. I'm going to do a number of run videos on things that I'm getting recently, and some of the old stuff I have. I realize people have already put videos out about these things, but I enjoy doing it, and like I said, everybody puts a bit of a different spin on these things, so it's always cool to see what people have done. And I'm constantly looking up, you know, vehicles that have been out for 7, 8, 9, 10 years kind of thing. So I think it's pretty neat to look that stuff up. And if you can find one, because, you know, if something's been out a while, maybe you can't, but there are places you can find them. So it's kind of neat. Yeah, if you can look old stuff up and get something, and then it's new to you, even though it's been out a while. So, okay, everyone, thank you very much.